Abusiani como our channel is so I'm say how say age politics avenue. Oni a podcast or Secrete me kwesi make headlines. Ene adwumre na yidibi exomo ewa ha ene dim nya ho braximu say ende yidi kanyam. Just so you subscribe to the channel. Hit notification bell so share na do for accounts and send to me and be yanko yensimu quick one. Oni a me no ka say NDC communicators ekohia or join you so onua enya asam kotoa omo ameki expose na ensem omo kan nyina se NPP mpanyimfo ni bi ewo secret LGBTQ centers ewo Ghana hasi a onua enye asam kotoa kra na me serese yemongran seminim na yenhwe ne yekọ ane de eba hye so am se ha sei age politics avenue yembo inra ensemfo anim.
That in the last election, it was one of the topical issues that determined electoral outcome. I agree with you. But President Mahama's position today does not signal a betrayal of the trust of the good people of this country.
I disagree. It has. It has.
When you were speaking out,
when I saw you,
don't do that on this.
I'll do that. I'll do that. It's a betrayal. It's a betrayal.
Dr. Why?
I'm just saying it's a betrayal. I'm saying
when you have your turn, you have your turn.
It's a betrayal.
No, hang on. Did we put a time?
I can do better than.
I'm just saying it's a betrayal.
I can do better.
That one there it is.
I can do better than.
It's a betrayal.
I can do better. You know.
Okay.
So, and I'll demonstrate why. You see. We are not here to do the usual politics, MFA. We are not here to do normal politics. Our politics must be rooted in principles. You cannot be engaging on this subject without providing basis of the context. What was the context under His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo that made LGBTQ an important matter and at the forefront of our discussion? We woke up one beautiful morning in 2021 and were told as a country that an LGBTQ, whatever Q plus community center had been opened in this country.
There are more centers now.
I'm coming.
There are more.
So then bring that to the notice of the security.
You didn't know this?
No. No, you are telling us. Where?
Did you see the LGBT kissing at the Black Star Square? Did you see the LGBT kissing at the Black Star Square? Did you see the LGBT wedding, the kissing at the Black Star Square? You didn't see. Oh, convenient.
Why are you disrupting the show?
Oh, I'll talk.
No, but I'm on my.
But you can't talk to Solomon when I'm in the one.
No, but let me.
You said that more.
I was quiet when you were speaking.
But you asked me a question.
When you were speaking.
There are more centers. Let me notice.
They are shooting videos.
My brother, if you remember, apart from that center, we woke up to the comprehensive curriculum or whatever.
Yeah. The one above brought you, baby.
So pastors, religious leaders in this country,
yes,
civil society all rose up. Because you were now dealing with a community center and you were dealing with what we call another comprehensive whatever curriculum for basic education. Then on top of that, as if that was not enough, His Excellency President Mahama, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo granted an interview and told the whole world that it was bound to happen.
That's what it is. That's why.
So at that critical moment, before 2021, were Ghanaians up in arms about LGBTQ and laws? So we saw the danger the NPP posed. We saw the orientation of the NPP then and the fact that they were preparing our minds to accept it. So the Ghanaian community, led by our religious leaders, saw it prudent to rise up in arms against that regime.
You are talking about context.
So the context was no. Let me please. Don't be irritated. Don't be.
No, out of context. So it's just bound to happen.
When they are being defeated, that's what.
Well, but to be fair, when the former president granted that interview, was also in context.
Also, the context.
We can keep going on and on and on.
Let me.
I'm not talking about context.
We're bringing the conversation home.
We are bringing it home.
Let's bring the conversation home. Let's bring the conversation.
You see. And I am
priority and I say it. You say we should.
So today,
Hamza has been calm today. Let's have him continue.
Please don't do that. Today, what is the context?
Oh, We should discuss context.
Let's see, we want to hear. I
want to hear. I have questions, so please.
Before President Mahama came into office, there was a private members bill that the NPP had challenged. The promoters of the bill announced that, look, and mind you, immediately after the election of President Mahama, the agitations and issues of LGBTQ+ came down because they had a president who had given a commitment that he would not countenance it.
Okay.
Different from the bound to happen event. So naturally, it will not be on the topmost of the radar of the ordinary guy because they had confidence in the president who wouldn't allow it.
Which means that something at all costs triggers.
The simple election of 7th December was a momentous occasion that gave confidence to the Ghanaian people. And that's why for a while, it was no more an issue of agitation, if you remember. Now, as if that was not enough, the private members bill came on board and President Mahama told them that he would have preferred that we were given time to make it a public bill. But since they have started, he would restrain the invitation to interfere, whereby he will be seen or deemed as trying to stand on the very processes that were started under Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. So he would allow the private members bill, regardless of his misgivings.
In spite of
when President Mahama went to, was it in the United States of America? Yeah. This is what Joy FM shared on his wall, and he was asked on the matter. On the 27th of March, this is your story. He said, President John Mahama has called on international partners to respect Ghana's position on LGBTQ issues.
We don't even have a position.
Stressing that public policy is shaping the country's legal traditions, cultural values, and societal consensus. The video is on your page. You can play it. President Mahama defended
but you have cut
Ghana's position. Please,
you have cut out the priority part.
But that's what I'm telling you. President Mahama defended.
That's not where the priority was said.
Wait. You see, are you going to allow him to determine how the...
No, but I'm just correcting that. That's not where the priority was said.
Yes. So, but you see, the most important thing is that President Mahama still re-echoed
He's talking.
the position of this government. And the fact that this is our cultural values. And that the international community should resist the temptation to dictate. And in that interview, he indicated that when the bill is done and brought to him, and it is representative of the views of this country, the law requires him to sign. And that if he has any misgivings, he would do what? Forward it to the Council of State for input before signing. That is markedly different from what we saw under Nana Addo Akufo-Addo. So if the president today, I'm not going to the priority issue. Of course, I've given you the contextual.
Yeah, and I think Pius concedes that maybe the way they handled the LGBTQ was why they were voting.
He didn't concede.
I'm not talking about the NPP.
So let's look. So Nana
Akufo-Addo was justified, not science.
So we're here.
Can you guys allow me to? Can you guys allow me to? Now I provided you the context.
No, that's not the full context.
Wait,
please add that.
Oh, you are not the host.
Add that.
Please.
President Mahama has said that he does not even believe in legislation on this matter anymore, and that we should train our children at home and in schools.
It's not true.
Oh, please, come on. Please, come on. What is here?
Where did he say that?
Even when he met the... Even when he met the civil society, when he came back.
It's a lie.
It's a lie.
It's a lie.
It's a lie.
There's something that...
Are you guys going to stop interjecting?
What's he doing?
He's doing this so that he gets all the time to talk. And
when you interject that,
I'm just telling you.
Today, what have I done? Today, what have I done?
No, allow him.
Be honest with me.
Let's be calm, because I've told you guys that let's have a very sanitized conversation. Make the point.
I have provided the... Oh, Pius, can you allow us to have this show? Can you allow us to have it? President Mahama provided I provided the context of how...
Context which is being contested. No, but let's go. No, but that's their position.
So know what he told the
now, under President Mahama, I told you that the temperature is different from what we had. So if President Mahama grants an interview and says that as we speak today, it does not seem to be a major priority of, the country, he is clearly right. Because in the past, the context made it a priority. Today, his hands are tied in a way because it is not part of government radar, but it is a private member's bill still, but he has not signaled that he won't sign if it comes. We would be able to evaluate the commitment of President Mahama if that bill comes and he refuses to sign. He is right to say so because it is not on any government legislation as we speak today. As we speak today in this country, it is a crime for you to engage in that act, is it not?
That's true.
But before it was not a crime.
Let's put. Now I have questions.
It was not a crime.
Now I have a question.
But you were trying to.
You're saying that the context is that.
President Mahama is a decent politician that you must follow.
You have changed.
He's a principled politician that you must listen to. It is not always about politics for him.
Hamza, I have questions.
You see, that's all you say. You are not consistent. But you are not able to provide the context.
Hamza, listen to me. I have
Can you disagree with the context?
Okay, let me move.
I
do disagree.
I do. And I added.
You gave
when President.
David account of why Akufo-Addo.
That's why they were all
to
That's why
sign.
you all were legit. Because you know that is the truth. Your presidency and your
No, speak. The microphone is off.
In a meeting in January 2025 with the Ghana Catholic Bishops' Conference, President Mahama suggested that strengthening traditional values in homes and schools is more effective long-term approach than relying on legislation.
Okay, thank you for the.
So wait a second. Now this is the point I'm making. You see? What do you mean? Let me make
Solomon.
Hamza, don't do that.
So what is the source of what you read?
What we are saying is that
Catholic Bishop Conference.
No, he must
what we are saying is that what we are saying is that yesterday.
No. How can just lie? Where did you read this?
I read it in online in the meeting that he had with the Ghana Bishop. Look, I'm saying this. People are watching.
Please,
Google meeting, President Mahama's meeting with the Ghana Bishop.
Dr. Zato, I have a fact.
So do that.
Is it my joy or mine? Everybody on my joy.
Is it on an NPP fiction?
Is it on my joy?
I'll find
it on joy?
No, I just read. I just read.
No, where did you see?
Rest assured. Even if we don't find the source, we can always check it.
If you find that, I want to make a point. If you find that the president never said this when he made the Ghana,
I will
ban me from coming to this.
In fact, I can't also think that you come up with.
I'm saying if you find that he didn't say that, so you ban me from. I don't owe you that.
In fact.
Hamza, I don't owe you. If you find that the president did not say this,
Dr. Zato,
so what do you find that I'm making a point. You see, what the president and the successful hoodwinked Ghanaians to win this election.
What are you talking about? What are you talking
about? The successful hoodwinked. Today you are now coming to tell me that LGBTQ is not. What's the name?
It's on the radar.
It's not a priority. And the reason why he's saying that is because he was refused an honorary degree. And right now, the president is trying to make sure that he gets a... Look, whatever happens, I believe, I am a Christian, I'm a Catholic, I'm a traditionalist, and I believe that LGBTQ thing is a defining moment of our generation. It is a priority. It's a national priority. And I want my government, my president, to treat it as that, not to succumb.
Hamza, I have a few questions. In this country...
There's actually a video.
We go to yes, it's been fact checked for me, and I'm saying
what has been fact checked.
But
what has been fact checked? That he said that.
Dr. Zato,
okay, thank you.
I'm saying that even for you to earn a seat here, I do believe that you cannot come up with something like that.
Thank you.
It's
Hallelujah.
fine. Amen. But I am saying that Hamza, in this country, we definitely things come to the radar. It ends up going to Parliament. Even when the heat comes down, you see that a bill is passed and then it becomes law. It's not all of the laws that we have passed that are still passed in the heat of the moment. So I appreciate the context that you have created. And I'm saying that whether or not at this moment the temperature is down, there are no centers, maybe the president has shown that for him when the bill is passed, he will sign it at all. We're saying that Ghanaian people are saying that they're carrying forward the impression created that it is uttermost importance to him personally and even to the party. And so when he becomes president, he will sign it. Of course, I respect that Parliament has not passed it. So this moment, you don't expect that the contest and the radar which was created a year ago or 2 years ago when the NPP was in power would be the same. Do you expect it to be so?
I just gave you why it will not be the same.
And I'm saying that, does that negate the fact that it's still a priority?
No, you see, it does not. But I'm telling you that as far as government program agenda is concerned, and the NPP, it was not a government initiative, was it?
No, it was private.
It was not. It was private. So it's the same private. If the president tells you that it is not a government priority, he's been correct in saying so. Because if you go and pick government legislation today, you won't find it there.
Yeah.
Because if you look at government policy, because he told you why. He told you that, look, it has been started by the private members bill. He would have preferred it to be a public bill. But he wouldn't want to interfere with the current processes. So government is also holding off, hoping for the bill to come from, what's the name? Parliament, then a decision will be taken. So until we get there,
do you agree? Do you agree what Solomon says?
Why must we criminalize?
Do you agree, Solomon, that no matter how this is seen and how this is said, it reduces the president's goodwill by a certain percentage?
I disagree.
You disagree?
I disagree. And you see, and that's why I gave you the context. I totally do. You see, on the flip side, MFA, you need to concentrate on the personality we are dealing with. President Mahama could have continued by being irresponsible in his comments. You understand? Like we saw in the past, bound to happen. I can't do anything about it. That's not the body language.
It's not priority.
Are you getting it? But in being truthful to the good people of this country, he has admitted that it's not on part of government agenda.
Because he didn't make it.
No, because
are we supposed to make it part of government?
He could have started this.
He could have started this. It was his promise that
and he expressed an interest to try it.
So then why didn't he do it?
But there's already a bill before Parliament.
But I'm saying that the bill, the private members bill,
because even your finance ministry told us that we shouldn't even talk about the matter at all because it will affect funding.
What does it cost the president?
I don't know why you told.
What will it cost the party? What will it cost majority in Parliament to bring this bill up and then we'll pass it? What will it cost?
You see, it will cost nothing to the majority.
But why are they not doing it?
Listen. It will cost nothing to the majority.
Our time is up.
Now the private members bill is ongoing.
So you want to
let us allow it to go. If majority refuses to vote for it, you can take us on. But we are committed. The NPP, some of your MPs have also said that they are committed. So let them.
Yes.
That private members bill.
Yes.
It was introduced long before some other bills were introduced. Those bills have been passed by Parliament. The ones that were introduced after the private members bill on the family values bill. But those ones have been passed, gone to the president, and those have been assented. We cannot sit here and pretend that the super majority that the NDC has in Parliament, President Mahama and the NDC does not have a way to control it. We know that it is the NDC that is disabling the bill.
That's why I let you speak first. That's why I let the United Party.
Parties don't sign bills, my brother. Educate yourself on this simple matter. Parties don't sign bills. Parties don't sign bills.
Corrected himself. Is there a party that formed the government?
LGBTQ is a private government and will continue to make it a private.
Anyway, then gentlemen, thank you.
Why did you demonstrate? Why did you people not do?
Okay, Dr. Joshua Zato is senior lecturer and policy analyst and fellow at APL. Hamza Stupini is lawyer and member NDC communications team. Solomon Owusu, we'll be asking him to show us. Solomon Owusu is director of communications, United Party. Pius Enam Hajide is member of the NPP.
We sama horo itim ko so chana so mami ena wate so jemre da sene so ba de no dia dumbi eduma ye ne onia ibesenhia na ya sumbo kwan strongo so